What's up, everyone? This is Trina Jacobson, the owner and creator behind Diamonds and Dust, and today I'm going to show you how to make this fun and festive Stanley Dupe. Let's get started. I'm starting off with a Big Betty from Tipsy Magnolia. I will have a discount code linked for you down in the description. I have sanded and painted it kind of this light ivory cream, and then I'm just going to apply a nice, even, thick coat of glitter glue. I'm going to take the glitter color Salute and apply it to the entire tumbler. Isn't this color absolutely stunning? My entire shop for Black Friday is on sale now through Sunday, so make sure you go grab the glitter, vinyl, digital downloads that you want, not including if you've ever wanted a tumbler from me. All of my tumblers that I've made in my tutorials or in my lives, I have half off right now, so they are a steal of a deal, so go check out my Etsy. Once your glue has completely dried, we're going to apply our epoxy, and this is my little trick with the handled tumblers. I take the tumbler handle off, tape around the base just with some sort of tape. I used electrical tape, and then you're going to push the handle back on without screwing it on. So it's just kind of setting there in place. I will apply the epoxy around where the handle is and to both sides and down below it as well. Once that area is epoxied, we're just gonna pull the handle off and set it to the side. This just kind of leaves some little gaps where the epoxy is, so when you go to apply your handle back on, the epoxy isn't so thick there that your handle doesn't fit. Then we're going to continue applying our epoxy to the rest of the tumbler. Once your tumbler is smooth and your epoxy is dried, we're going to use this cute UVDTF from Wicked Fantasy Designs. And as you can see here, when I apply it to my big Stanley Dupe, the pattern doesn't go all the way around. So we're going to cut these out separately and space them out a little bit further so this tumbler will be completely covered in that pattern. This UVDTF was a continuous pattern, so that means where the donut was cut out on the left, the other half of the donut is on the pattern on the right. So I cut out the gingerbread man and the donut, and then the half of the donut from the right side as well, and we're just going to butt those together and make the pattern look flawless. If you haven't worked with a UVDTF before, they are really bright and they have that white backing, which makes the colors really pop on any color base you choose, but they can be a little bit of a tricky product to work with. You're going to want to take off the backing, and then you're going to have the decal, and then you're going to have a cover sheet. You're going to place that down, and then you're going to take the cover sheet off. There are two things that I don't love about UVDTFs, that's why I don't use them a ton, but they are really fragile. So you have to be really careful taking off that cover sheet. And then second, they are permanent. They are not easy to take off if you accidentally put it in the wrong spot. There was quite a big section that worked on my tumbler, so I just cut out that section. I didn't cut out each individual item on the sheet. That is one good thing about these UVDTFs is since the backing is clear and you can see in between each item, you can kind of see exactly where it's going to be placed on your tumbler. So I just bundled all of this together and I placed this big section on my tumbler. When you are applying your decal and you get to the bending part of the tumbler, you might have to take some scissors or an X-Acto knife and cut a little bit closer to the cover sheet to make sure it lays flat. The way I angled this section on my tumbler, it did have some overhang, so I just held it taut and cut the rest off with an X-Acto knife. I wanted to put this gingerbread right where the tabs are for my handle, which can be a little bit tricky, so I'm going to show you how I did that. I just took that little decal and cut it off as much as I could where I know I wanted it to be placed, and then I'm just going to take a marker and I'm going to just kind of feel where that tab is, where the handle goes. I'm going to make a line on my decal. I'm going to fold over where the tab is going to go, and I'm just going to give me a good slit where that gingerbread man will just slide right over top of that little tab. Once all of your images are applied, you're going to add at least a layer or two of epoxy. I just like to do it until my tumbler feels completely smooth. You're going to reattach the handle by screwing it back on, and then you have this really cute festive mug for the holidays.